Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Then Restore Love. I just want to drop this video right quick. Sometimes you might not really be aware of how a person's feeling or what a person have on their mind. Sometimes you may speak and say something and the person might just start crying. Or they maybe become angry, mad, frustrated. And then you're stuck looking like, what? What just happened? Like, what just happened? I mean, all I said was, how you doing today? All I said was, why you wearing that? And that person may, start crying, or they might get mad, or they might not say nothing at all. And honestly, sometimes it's like that because we fail to really realize that it's a lot of people facing a lot of things, have a lot of things on their mind, have a lot of emotions flowing. And when you make just that one cruel remark, or you make that one statement and you get a crazy response, it's obvious that person that you're talking to or that you were talking to going through something, or they're feeling some type of way. So, instead of bashing and being cruel and making harsh remarks or getting loud and bold, I mean, the best thing that a person can do is really come at a pause. It's just pause. Hold on. Wait. Are you okay? Are you feeling okay? Did I say something wrong? What just happened? But, in this day and time, people can be very cold, cruel, bitter, mean, rude, careless. So, I'm making this video because, I feel like people are not really aware of the things that they say. Yeah. You might be frustrated and mad and going through something. But like I've said once before on one of my other videos, you don't know where a person is at in their mind. You don't know, those one or two words or three or four words that you say to that person could really, speak life or death. You could really say something to really encourage a person, or you could be that one to really just tear a person down. And I'm really learning that, in my life, I have really let some people in my life that have really, been careless. They say stuff and they really don't care. They don't consider the person's feelings. They don't consider how the person's feeling, or they don't consider, the next person's emotions. They just want to be real, or they just want to keep it real. They just want to be blunt. Failing to just really realize, that person may not be ready to accept what you have to say. Or that person may not be, at a place where they probably even hearing you. They're probably not even hearing you because so much is going on in their mind, So, I know I'm not the only one that, sometimes, get remarks from people and be kind of stuck with that face, what? Where did that just come from? What just happened? Oh my God, are you serious? In my life, it has happened countless times, so many times. And I'm really learning like people today don't really know how to communicate. I don't know if it's because like our parents don't really teach us to communicate. We're not properly taught how to communicate. So we rather be disrespectful, rude, harsh, and then we're stuck looking like, why did you just talk to me like that? Why did you say that? Why are you looking at me like that? Until somebody do those gestures that you're doing to someone back to you, then you realize like, oh my God, that really was mean. Oh my God, I really shouldn't have said that. And I am one that really believes in karma, and I do believe like what goes around comes around, and how you treat people, somebody's gonna end up treating you like that, if not worse. So I just wanted to make this video just to say like, be courteous of the things you say. I mean, because you can speak life or you can speak death. Like, you can really, like, encourage a person and lift a person up. Or you can put a person in a stage to where, like, they might just take a whole bottle of pills. Or they might just slit their wrist. Or they might just crash out just because, like, they feel like they can't take no more. And I know that, people want to think like, oh my God, no, I don't want nobody to do that. But again, you don't really know where a person's mind is at. And I mean, we should know this because like you look at people and talk to people every day, and then you find out, or you wake up the next morning and find out that somebody has committed suicide because like somebody, you know, didn't really consider the words they were saying. Somebody didn't, take under consideration the remarks they was making. People so worried about being blunt, being real, keeping it real, and all of that. But, what about the person? Are they in the predicament to be able to handle what you're saying? Or are they fragile to where they might take it the wrong way? Just saying. It's your girl Lynn Restore Love, and it's all about motivation. It's all about being self-motivated. It's all about being self-aware, knowing how you're coming, knowing how you're built, knowing how that foundation is. Girl, you better love yourself. Are you aware of the remarks that you make? Are you aware of the things that you say to people? Are you aware of the face expression that you give to people when people speak to you or when someone says something that you don't like? How much do you really know yourself? I mean, do you really know like you? I mean, do you know yourself well enough to know how to handle situations? I mean, if somebody came up to you and said something cruel, would you have to respond right then? Could you be the bigger person and walk away? I mean, just a few things that I just wanted to ask, just throw out there. Because it's so many of us today that we don't really know ourselves. We don't know how we're coming. We don't really know us. We don't know ourselves. Like, and then we get put in situations to where we're forced to get to know ourselves, and then we're frustrated and we're mad and we're aggravated, or some of us is crying and screaming and in our feelings, caught up in our emotions, or we have so many mixed emotions, and people are looking at us like, what? Like, what's going on with her? What just happened? Honestly, it's important that you know yourself. It's so important that you know yourself. So if you don't know yourself, girl, you better get a journal. You better get you a spiral notebook. You hear me? You better get you a spiral notebook. And you better write on the cover, who am I? You better get you a cover, girl. Get you a spiral. And write on there, who am I? Because sis, it's so important that you know who you are. It's so important that you know how you're coming, how you think, how you feel, how you would handle certain situations, how you treat people, how do you respond in certain situations. Do you love people? Are you loving? Are you cruel? Are you mean? Are you bitter? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you battling with depression? Because in class today, we learned about your bubble. We learned that everybody has a bubble and everybody have trigger points. And for some people, their trigger point may be, girl, you fat. Or the trigger point might be, girl, you ugly. Or girl, you bad built. Or girl, you look weird. Or girl, you special. Or girl, you easy. Or girl, you a hoe. You know, like so many different trigger points. And it's so important that you know yourself and you know your trigger points. So when somebody hits your trigger point, you could be like, hold on, wait a minute right quick. I know you just didn't do that. And you would know yourself to be aware of, they just hurt my feelings. They just put me in my feelings, like, that was rude what you just said. And a lot of us don't know. Like, we're not really aware of our trigger points. So when someone say, oh, you fat, or you ugly, or you weird, or you crazy, you know, we explode and we lose it. And then we're stuck later looking like, I don't know why I just did all of that. I'm going to tell you why you just did all of that. You just lost your cool because somebody just struck a nerve. So, girl, you better get you a journal, a diary, a spiral, and write on the cover on there, who am I? And it's so important that you find out who you are and how you coming, because you matter.